What's up, everybody? I'm the Manadork. I don't have a catchphrase, but what I do have is another standard 8 rare deck for you. And today we're playing an Aristocrats build made around the max speed mechanic from the new set. So, for example, Gas Guzzler, we'll start with him. Black for a 2-1. When he comes in, we start our engines, which if we haven't gotten the speed yet, it starts at 1. And then it'll increase once each of our turns when an opponent loses a life, up to a maximum of 4. And once we hit that max speed, some other ability on the card will unlock. In this case, black and sacrifice another creature or vehicle, draw a card. We got a couple ways to start the engines. We also have Nesting Bot, white for a 1-1. When it dies, create a 1-1 servo token. Max speed, he gets +1/+0. 3 copies of Zahur, Glory's Past. White and a black for a 3-2. Sack another creature to surveil 1. Only once per turn. And at max speed, whenever a non-token creature we control dies, we get a 2-2 black zombie creature into play tapped. Our fourth and final max speed, Embalmed Ascendant. 1 white and a black for a 1-2 zombie. When it enters, create a 2-2 black zombie creature token. And at max speed, whenever a creature we control dies, each opponent loses 1 life, and we gain 1 life. So this is not only going to give us a couple bodies, but it's going to add as an additional copy of 2 of our other cards. 4 Vengeful Bloodwitch, 3 Elas il-Kor. Since we've got all these little guys coming in, we're going to get some surveil happening with the Snarling Gorehound. Last creature in the deck, 3 copies of Bartolomé del Presidio to give us a sack outlet in addition to the Zahur. 3 Bitter Triumph for a little removal. And then once we've got all these guys and we've sacked them, we'll try and get them back and loop over again. 3 copies of Dewdrop Cure. 3 copies of Raise the Past. And that's the deck. Just set up the max speed, or start the engines, get to the max speed, and then do a whole bunch of drain triggers. The nice thing about the max speed is even if we're not able to get through with our creatures, we can just march a couple guys in nilly-willy and trigger the Bloodwitch, or just sack them to the Bartolomé while we've got the Bloodwitch out. In either case, Bloodwitch or Elas, when our creatures die, gives us the trigger for the max speed. And that's the deck. 12 plains, 12 swamps to fuel it all. Alright, I'm going to go find an opponent. That'll give you a chance to find the like and subscribe, and I'll see you over there. We like this one. Maverick, so they are probably on roots. Tyvar, so yeah, definitely roots. We get start our engines. Aha, there's the roots. Gorehound into Bloodwitch. Don't need another swamp. Go ahead and swing. And they block. And another Maverick. Sure thing. Bailmark. And they whiffed on dudes. Ascendant. Gorehound down there. Bartolomé stays where he is. Send those things. I misspoke. They didn't whiff on the Overlord. They got a Tyvar. Not that it's going to matter too much, I think. We'll pass. There's that Tyvar.
I have arrived. Hold your applause. Rally, my friend.
And that time there's no creatures. No, there was. Alright, so they got two little dudes now. But I think we've got everything we need. Between the Bloodwitch in hand and the Bartolomé on top. Bloodwitch. Keep you there just in case. Bartolomé. Back that thing. Couple triggers. Max speed is at 3. Do we bother attacking? Might as well. Oh, that's a 1-2. That's a 2-2. No, we're going to hold off. So unless they've got a board wipe this turn, we'll be able to get up to max speed of 4 next turn. And just go nuts between the Ascendants and the Blood Witches. Urborg Repossession to grab a couple things. Make another guy off the roots.
Ready for round 2.
There's another roots. But I don't believe it's going to help anything. They got one great big plant. All right, let's cook. Leave that where it is. We don't need it for anything. Sack that. We're up to 4. Sack that thing. Drain them 4 times. And then just lather, rinse, repeat. think we got everything we need right here, including being on the play. We start with a Gorehound. Elas. We will keep that. Inspector number 2. Gain a couple life. Leave that guy where he is. Do we attack? No, I think we're better off keeping Elas out of harm's way for right now. The next turn we can swing with the zombie token. I'm not sure what the point of that was, but they did it. Bloodwitch in the bin. Plains up top. Send both of those. Reliquary. Fair enough. Another Dollmaker's Shop. Double block. Memory Guardian. Leave that where it is. Send both of those. Sack the one blocked by the big guy. And the turn, just that in the bin, all right. And one Elas that's under the Dusk Rose. And a third shop. They're making all the dudes. It costs 6 to unlock the porcelain side, though. So we've got some time there. We're going all the way down to 21. I think we can live for a few turns. Even if they do get to the porcelain side. Don't want a swamp right now. Nesting bot. We'll keep a raise. No attacks. Another Novice Inspector. A Zoetic Glyph on that guy. They got a lot of dudes there. No blocks. Sack that thing. Leave that where it is. Since we're getting everything back, we'll get rid of you. You. So many surveils. You're in the bin. Everybody in the pool. Yeah, try and fill this with bodies. No, we don't need that right now. There's our max speed. Well, not max speed, but we're one closer. No attacks. And we got a couple bodies down there. We sack a clue. Another Memory Guardian. I gotta get in for 3 in the air. Make a whole bunch more 1/1s. But we got them next turn. At least we should. Sack one of those. Trigger the Bloodwitch. Just going to drain them and our max speed kicks in. So now the Ascendants will do things. And opponent scoops it up. This looks good. As soon as the opponent gets here, there they are. Start off with the Gorehound. And the next turn we'll be able to max or start our engines as well as get through. We don't max speed quite yet. But we'll be mana efficient. Max speed with that guy instead. Sheltered by ghosts. Alright, who are we sheltering? That thing? Alright. You can do that. I'll allow it. Bartolomé. Do we take the Guzzler? Yeah, we'll keep the Guzzler. It might be greedy. We should probably go for the 3rd land, but we'll run the risk. Bo. They hold their position. Bartolomé in the bin. Bot. We need a land. Send both of these. Let's sack that thing. We get one last Gorehound trigger. And then we'll sack the Gorehound himself. And now at 4. Patchwork banner. Dollar says they say cat. Another Vanguard. Sure thing. They get their triggers. Send everything. Alright. No blocks. Get our dude. No attacks. Squire it is. Savannah Lion. Another Savannah Lion. That is a great big squire now. I don't know if we're going to be able to race it. Let's swing with those. All right. We'll block here. Block here. Block here. Sack that thing, drain him for 1, drain him again, well, that would be helpful. Gift him a card, we get 1, 2, 3. Not you. Not you. No attacks. I think they've got enough to finish us off, though. Caracal's definitely going to get it. Good job, opponent. Yep, we got greedy about that land, I think. Well, as long as we get a land or 2, I'm quite happy with this. Start off with the bot. Start our engines. Let's see where we go from here. attack, and then even if they block, we'll get a Bloodwitch trigger and still get our max speed going. I got a bill. Ascendant number 1. Send you. They block. They expanse. Just in case I had a pump spell, I guess. So there's our token. Engine's getting started. Or max speed, or however you want. I don't know which. I use the two terms interchangeably. Block with you. Sentinel. Send the 2/2. There's our speed. Achievement unlocked. Only one guy in the bin, so the Raise the Past isn't too spectacular right now. Llanowar. He's winning the Llanowar. Or something. Block there. And get ourselves 3 life. Drain the opponent for 3. Turtle up top. Do they keep it? Turtle in the bin. Alright, we got a guy. Play that land. No attacks. See what they come up with. They were looking at our guys like maybe they have a fight spell. Dying to find out what they're thinking. Sending both of those. Block like so. Oops. Like so and like so. We'll get both of those back next turn. Well, it looks like maybe we've got some trample about to happen. Or the doubling of counters. Archdruid's Charm, so we do get a couple things dying triggers. And there's a couple more. Titania. Let's get some guys back. Elas can stay where he is. No attacks. But as long as they can't do 30 odd to us this turn, I think we're good. Map up the turtle. Bill's handing out counters. Leave the bot up top. We'll send with this guy. And then I think we're going to off somebody with our Bitter Triumph before we pass the turn. I think that somebody's going to be Bill. And pass it back. And getting rid of Bill on our turn so that they don't have the mana available to activate him. Vorinclex getting some getting some lands. And a loot. They're going to send everybody. They're giving us the good game. We'll step in with things. Make some triggers. And there we go. And that's the deck. Overall, I'm very happy with it. We wound up with an 8-3 record. The max speed gimmick worked very well. The draining worked very well. The only thing that we really had issue with was the mana, because we are budget and because we have enough 1-drops that we want to make sure we have a untapped land on turn 1. We're stuck playing just basics. No room for the come into play tapped lands of either variety. And so I think that hindered us a little. Concession we have to make to stay budget. If I was going to put any extra rares in this deck, that would be the first thing I would put in is multi-lands. If you're still here, thanks for making it to the end of the video. I appreciate you taking the time to hang out and watch me play some games. Feel free to leave a comment if you like what you saw, or if there's anything you'd like to see me do differently. Don't forget to like the subscribe and button the smash, or whatever it is you do to show that you appreciate the video. Thanks again for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next one.